For today's episode of Everyday IAI, I'm going to show you how to become a project management powerhouse. So let's say we've just had a kickoff conversation, a scoping discussion, if you will, with somebody who owns a particular process that we're going to be supporting, right? So I've taken my notes and they're kind of just bulleted out. So I've taken a whole bunch of notes during the conversation about how many folks are supporting this process and what are some of the challenges, and it's all just a jumble. I'm going to take these notes, I'm going to copy them. I'm going to go to my AI tool and I'm going to say, create a project charter using this information. And I'm just going to paste it in. Bam. Let's see what it does for us. Here's a project charter. And you can see it gives me the owner, the project background, the objective, the scope, deliverables, constraints, assumptions, and dependencies. Now, again, the first thing that I'm going to do is I was just in this meeting. So I'm going to read through all this and make sure it didn't hallucinate or give me something weird, put information in the wrong place, that sort of thing. But that's the first step. So let's say I want to take this project charter now. I'm going to say, great, this is awesome. Now create a business justification summary. And again, I'm putting this in the same thread because I want it to reference the same information. I want it to, it's not just making up a random business justification, it's using the information that I was just talking about, right? So let's see here, a couple of business justifications. There's revenue protection, there's return on investment, short-term and long-term, and a quick little summary. Again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read through this and look through it to make sure that there's, is there additional sort of flourish or details that I'd want to put in here, maybe links or references to different resources, that sort of thing. But let's say that's not enough. Let's say I'm ready to kick off my project, or I want to, when I present my business justification, I want to be able to present a timeline. So I might say, create a timeline for a Lean Six Sigma driven project based on this summary. All right, here's a sample timeline for a Lean Six Sigma based project. So we've got the define phase, the measure phase, the analyze phase, and it gives me specific things that I can do: identify and prioritize opportunities, develop a detailed project. Now I can go one of two ways with this. I can go many ways. One thing I might do is I might read through this and say, oh, I actually don't, I already have the data. I don't need to, collect it or that sort of thing. I just need to synthesize it or change it. Let's say this timeline is great, but it's actually too long. 36 days. I might say edit the timeline to only 3 weeks with a start date of October 14th, 2024. Do not include weekends. I don't want people working on the weekends. So I got a 3-week project starting October 14th. Give me that same project, but give me a timeline with specific dates and actions. So let's see, week 1, we're doing the kickoff. We're defining projects and goals. We're developing a high-level charter. And week 2, we are identifying and prioritizing. This is part of the measure phase, the analyze phase. So there you go. So I've got a different set of phases, including the piloting and refining the solution based on test results, right? I might encourage this pilot phase to go a little bit longer. A single day pilot, depending on the process, might not be enough time to, identify whether there were, whether the impacts were what we were looking for. And then I can present the final results. So I'm pretty ambitious, but I think this is at least a good starting point, right? It calls out the different activities and milestones that could be done. So there you go. I've taken my meeting notes and quickly made a project charter, a business justification document, and a timeline with specific dates, excluding weekends, for this particular project.